You've made it to another weekend, so let's take a look at what is causing you to not be consistent, to not lock in during this week, and going forward by looking at what poor choices have you made in the past where you lack clear vision that left an emotional imprint that your shadow is trying to protect you from, and how can you start recognizing these poor choices that cause you to feel unsteady and accepting them to help you empower your power of choice. Now, this shadow work session theme for this weekend is about being consistent. So grab your notebook or your journal, something to write with, some tea and a candle, and let's get started. Hi, I'm Motherly Sage, your decision coach and mentor, and I help people find clarity to make those hard and tough decisions. And welcome to Dvn Bluprnt, where we help you to empower your power of choice as you awaken the divine design in you. Now, if you're not new, then welcome back, and don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe to help others on their healing journey. So first, let's look at the meaning of a few words that will be highlighted throughout the shadow work session. And the words are consistent, emulate, obscure, and imagination. You see, consistent means to stand firm, taking a standing position, being in agreement or harmony with something. And emulate is an effort to equal or excel in qualities or actions that one admires in another or others. You see, it's a form of imitative rivalry. And obscure is morally unenlightened, unintelligible, hard to discern. And last, imagination is faculty of the mind which forms and manipulates images, concepts, mental pictures. It's a form of a hallucination. Now let me ask you to reflect on these questions as you are going through this shadow work session. And you can pause the video and write them down. 1. What project, task, commitment, or financial responsibility are you not standing firm on, and why? 2. What unsteady feeling do you get when you lack consistency and not lock in? And last 3, what choices would you have to make to start observing the difference between when you are in harmony and when you are not? You see, locking in can be hard due to a lack of vision and so many distractions. And sometimes we need some help to stay accountable and being consistent and focused. Sometimes we need a new perspective on a direction. So here's your opportunity to join our IneerWisdom community. You see, this community is filled with highly motivated individuals who are from different walks of life with different and fresh and innovative perspectives. And it's a monthly membership where we work on evolving ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually in different areas of our lives, such as our health, our relationships, our finances, and more. Now, each transformation is based on the astrological season, and our current transformation is Fall Out of the Shadow, which starts on September 29th and ends December 28th. So for the next 3 astrological months, we'll be locking in on the shadow so that we can create balance, build intensity, and go on our quest for our next season. So to learn more about how you can join our community, then click the link in the description box. So let's start with going over the challenge, the complaint, to help you to understand why you lack consistency. You see, consistency starts in the mind, where your vision is formed, and the mind is where you accept or reject inspirations and process truth and lies, and based on which one is selected, it affects the way you use your power of choice. You see, your power of choice is your decision-making skills, which consist of your ability to critically think, to reason, and to emotionally feel. And the goal is to use them to make a wise choice throughout your life, especially when those difficult and tough choices come up in your life that help you to stay consistent and lock in. Now, a wise choice is effective and intelligent, but to make a wise choice, you have to balance your senses, which affects your imagination, which is how you receive your ideals and inspirations. Your mental, which is the way you think, the way you process those ideals and inspirations. Your instinctual, which prompts you to make the move on those ideals and inspirations. And your emotional, which actively pushes you to take the action to make it a reality. Now, your balanced senses will help you to discern, to recognize the difference between what is truth, and truth doesn't always look pretty, and the ability to make a decision based on that truth that is accurate and that is fair. See, you will know that you have made a wise choice because you will feel either satisfaction, success, peace, or surprise. And when a poor choice has been made, you will either feel frustrated, annoyed, which is also known as bitterness, anger, a combination of frustration and anger, or disappointment. You see, poor choices don't allow you to stay consistent and locked in. Now, to help you to understand which feeling you specifically express, you can get this information from a human design blueprint, and you can get a free human design blueprint online. Once you get your human design blueprint, answer the following questions. Which feeling tells you that you have made a wise choice? And when you make a wise choice, how do you show it? And which feeling tells you that you have made a poor choice? And when you make a poor choice, how do you show it? You see, your expression of dissatisfaction, your challenge that you are not able to be consistent is caused by your shadow. Now, based on the meaning, we now know that consistent is about standing firm, taking a standing position, being in agreement or harmony. But when you are in your shadow, the rejected part of yourself, you will lack being consistent. You will not stand firm or hold your position or even be in an agreement with anything because your mind will not allow you to trust what is being divinely received. And as a result of that, you will be unsteady with your power of choice. You see, this lack of being consistent causes your mind to continually lack trust because it thinks that every choice will cause you some form of harm, and it will keep you rejecting inspirations and not locking in. Now, the mind creates this sense of fear when it feels a lack of trust, and this is because in past situations, you've used your power of choice poorly. And through this fear, it allows you to experience what it is like to not be a leader in your life, to not use your natural talents, gifts, and skills. And from this feeling of lack, you will either start emulating others out of rivalry, or you'll obscure what skills, gifts, or talents should be used to get things done because you're having a hard time discerning which one you should choose. And all of this back and forth energetically causes your body to lack harmony, to lack being consistent, to not lock in on the things that need to be done. And you will unsteadily use your power of choice over and over again. So how will you know when you are not being consistent? So by becoming a conscious observer, you want to start analyzing your internal and external patterns. You see the type of patterns that you haven't previously recognized before that is causing you to lack being consistent and to use your power of choice unsteady. So think about this. What patterns do your shadow display that shows you that you are not being consistent? What is your fallback shadow expression? Is it emulating? Is it obscuring? And why? And what truths would you have to face to change it? So let me shift a little bit to help you understand from an energetic standpoint about consistent. You see, consistent is an energy. It's a force of expression that lives in the crown chakra, which is located at the top of your head. And the chakras are spiritual energy centers of power that are stored throughout your body. You see, these centers maintain and manage the force of expression based on your thoughts, your emotions, and behaviors. Now, through your throat chakra is where you receive your inspirations and ideals, your divine guidance of what you are here to contribute to the world. And it is in this spiritual energy center of power where you hold your faith in a higher being, in yourself, and in life. And it's where your trust is formed through your inner guidance and your devotion. And it's here where healing first starts. You see, the health of this spiritual energy center of power is key to your ability to stay connected and receive. And this is why being present and in the now is so important. You see, when you are living in the past, you're delaying your ability to receive the vision. And when you are living in the future, you are rushing your vision. So you cannot fully visualize the vision that you are receiving. And both of these keep you disconnected from your divine guidance. Now, when you are disconnected from this spiritual energy center of power, you lack vision, you lack insight, and you lack divine guidance. And as a result of, you will lack faith and trust. Now, when you are in a state of disconnectedness, you will feel abandoned spiritually. You will feel lost in who you are. You will start to separate yourself from life, and you will spiral into a crisis. You see, this crisis shows up in your life in different ways, and it is called by many names, but it's also known as the dark night of the soul. Now, a crisis means that you are stuck at a crossroad and you don't know what choice to make. And the ultimate goal of the crisis is for you to let go and to awaken to the truth. Now, in the crisis is where your shadow shows up. And its goal is to protect you from making the decision that is rooted in the truth. So it will continue to keep you paused. It will continue to make you lack trust, lack power, lack being consistent, and not locking in. Now your shadow will constantly remind you of the poor choices you have made in the past and the outcome of your future from those poor choices. And overall, this will continually cause you to feel unsteady when you are using your power choice. So if this is you right now and you are feeling stuck at a crossroad on a decision and you require some clarity and you need someone to help you see your situation from a different perspective and give you guidance so that you can decide on what to do, then book a guided coaching session with me, Motherly Sage, and the details are in the description box. So how are you trusting and having faith in the vision so that you can be consistent? What is the vision? Are you present and have a clear view of how this vision will allow you to contribute your leadership, your gifts, your talents, and skills? What are your insights? What do you lack understanding about your vision? And how has this lack of understanding caused you to lack consistency, and why? And what is your divine guidance telling you to do? Is your mind in harmony with your spirit so that your body can be consistent? And if not, what would you have to do to start getting clear on what poor choices you've made in the past that is causing you to be disconnected? Now, to move out of the lack of being consistent, you have to move into imagination. You see, imagination is the faculty of the mind, which forms and manipulates images, concepts, and mental pictures. It's a form of a hallucination. And through imagination, your mind wanders. And this wandering of the mind allows you to fully connect to your divine guidance to receive the vision. But you have to be present in order to fully conceptualize what you are receiving. You have to be able to trust and have faith in the vision in order to use your power of choice wisely, to take the necessary actions to stay consistent, even during the times when things get hard and tough. So take a moment one more time to reflect on this. What would you have to do to stay present, to allow your imagination to flow? And what choices will you have to make to have faith and trust in what you are receiving to stay consistent? And last, when you have imagination, you have stopped the lack of being consistent. And last, when you have imagination, you have stopped the lack of being consistent cycle, because you can stand firm and trust in your vision and be locked in to stay consistent when you are using your power of choice. Now, there are 9 principles to effectively and intelligently use your power of choice wisely to help you make those hard and tough decisions in your life. And these 9 principles help you to stay fully aligned to your personal vision, mission, and values so that you can stay being the leader in your life and you are using your natural gifts and talents and skills to their fullest capacity to create the life that you desire. So stop wasting your time and energy on people, places, and things that don't fulfill you, that don't light you up or appreciate you and what you have to offer. Pour that energy back into you, because right now is a time for you. So to learn more about these 9 principles, join me in my 9-week mentorship program. And to learn more about this program and how you can enroll, check out the details in the description box. Now, if you're feeling stuck at a crossroad on a decision and you require some clarity, feel free to book a guided coaching session with me, Motherly Sage, and the details are in the description box. Now, feel free to leave a comment to share with others how you are being consistent and locking in. And don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe so that this video can help others strengthen their power of choice. And I look forward to seeing you in our next weekend shadow work session.